we'll see whether or not this is going to go EHOME's way as well. Whether they get the 2-0, it's going to be in game number 3. So nothing too crazy as far as players and who's playing what here. You've got pretty set roles for the new teams. Lanham, of course, switching over to the carry role. iceiceice now playing the support. He's going to be on the Tusk, a hero he should be very comfortable with how much he played in the offlane. So we'll see things unravel here for these two new squads, and both teams looking to get off to a good start here with some of these big tournaments coming up, the Manila Major and all that. It's really interesting to see if any of the Chinese teams actually get direct invites to Manila based on like the fact there was just a major reshuffle and none of the teams did well at Shanghai.
Yeah, if they have potentially a big one or the rest, maybe things.
30 seconds to battle.
There's ESL 1 Manila, which EHOME will be playing at, so that's kind of, I think that's right before the qualifiers, so that may influence the invites. And then there's also Star Ladder, which has LGD and Beach Gaming. So I feel like a few of the teams are lucky enough to be an event where they can try and prove that they're deserving of invite. Unfortunately, for Star Ladder, it's like Beach Gaming are not looking like one of the top teams in China right now, so that's not really a team to make that's going to make a very strong case. But for LGD, maybe. For EHOME, I think EHOME is I've seen a lot of the players say EHOME's like one of the strongest looking Chinese teams now, so I think they're maybe the one team who could try and make an argument for themselves. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is a lot of damage here. They may be able to get up another Impale here. Doesn't get the free pull as well. Actually going to bring this down? Maybe. Be close. Another Fortune's End in a couple of seconds. Believe, yeah, there we go. That's going to channel off. They're actually going to commit to this one. Can he get the deny? No, he gets the resummon.
Alright.
Yeah.
It's a win for CDEC.
Top lane, by the way. Oh my gosh. iceiceice is getting very aggressive. Behind the tier 1 tower, just trying to orb of Venom down, yeah.
To get to that choke point.
Okay. well, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
This is
turned south and Super's coming in. No Spirit Siphon, luckily for iceiceice. Is he going to TP in on this one? Could think about it, but it doesn't look like it. Nature's Prophet wants to head back top. That's like some typical iceiceice shenanigans, but... Bottom Q. Not going to get the kill with this Fortune's End, and looks like it's not going to be possible. So we do see Exort Invoker, by the way. How much farm there is to go around between the Sven, the Invoker, the Lone Druid, mid lane, Old Chicken. Let's go for the kill. The Fairy Fire is there. He gets 2 misses in a row. And no Sunstrike available, won't have the mana to use it as well, even if he invokes it. Just Prophet's TP slight off position.
So, he this been a super backup so he said with Fairy Fire and with definitely started at it. Back off. So.
Okay. Yep. And for Super, that's okay. He's got his bottle now, so he can probably just bottle Crow here if he needs to. But iceiceice, he's smoked up. He looks for the courier here, I believe. And this is a very slow courier. Okay, dead courier. How many more dead couriers are we going to have this tournament? iceiceice says, thank you very much. And Death Prophet's mid lane now gets a lot harder. At this point, you're thinking, just get as much farm as you can and then go back to farm to heal and say that, yeah. Not going to get killed off. He'll probably just nuke a few more, then he's going to have to go back to farm to heal, but he's getting snowballed now. He's maybe overstaying his mid lane. Spirit Siphon is available. No mana for a Crypt Swarm. He's going in. He's going to turn this one around, and iceiceice getting a bit overzealous there. He knew the Death Prophet was getting greedy, trying to stay around in lane on 100 HP to farm before healing at the fountain, and he tries to punish it, but really he's giving up a kill. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he only has himself to blame there. I don't think you can even pull out the OS Frog there. That was just That was just questionable. I guess he's thinking, oh, my Invoker's right here, but Invoker's got it. I mean, Invoker just had no spells, like, available, and was pretty low on HP. Like, I think the Forward Spirit Cold Snap were on cooldown, so... Now at top, he's away from an initiation on him. Hasn't actually got... Normally you see, like, at least, like, level 3.5, level 4 by this stage, I feel. But he's been fairly active early on. A lot of little pokes and prods in various places around the map. Speaking of which, Q on the Oracle getting chased down now. The Orb of Venom, the Tusk, the Cold Snap is there. Is there going to be a Sunstrike? He wants to make sure he's going to land it. He's off target. And Q, Fairy Fire, Ting goes up. He's actually going to survive again. Ice, Ice, Ice. He actually drops a ward here. I'm not sure if that was the best idea because Hinger's in plain sight. Double Spirit Siphon. You can call this one a bit of an OS drop. He will go down behind the Tier 1 tower. It's one of those Ice, Ice, Ice games, I guess.
Came back to mid and should have back to bed. It is like
yeah,
giving over it.
He was very it was very close to being a successful gank, but once he got away, they just had to give up chase. Lanham though, the roaming Sven has found his way towards mid lane. That is not a hero super expected to suddenly appear mid.
They were definitely done with super.
I guess I think they scouted the room with their ward and were just like, oh, super. Actually, no, their wards are actually behind the tier 1 tower in both mid and bottom, mid and top. But yeah, super just finding a kill with that rotation. Now they're going to find Yao here, reading his movement towards the jungle. Yao can TP home, and I believe the damage is not going to be there. He gets himself out. Lanham did not have quite reach his level 6.
What is he doing?
On who?
On Sven?
Sven?
I mean, he's the main shield for the and he has a
shrug. That's not a Sven item, is it? Like,
I don't think it is.
I'm
on D.
I've seen it on OD as well as Invokers, but
Yep.
Killer Sven. I would say not an item. Like, it's one of those things where I don't immediately just want to like shrug it off and like I want to try and think like, okay, does this make sense? But
I mean, Sven is wanting for mana, which is why I really like he's gone. He's gonna go for it. Shouldn't.
Yep, they're gonna come in. Latin seems to roam around and get active. He's maxing cleave, but he's also fighting. And it's going to lead to another kill on this Super Death Pro. I think he's completely just throwing Super off with his presence in this mid lane. Like, he has just come out unexpectedly towards this mid lane on multiple occasions, but... I mean, in theory, okay, so Ring of Aquila, like, it's a value item in a lot of ways. Like, the mana regen is, for a hero like Sven with a small mana pool, very effective. It's a little bit of extra stats. Attack speed's always good considering your ascent as far as the rate band's concerned. It's not like a terrible value item, but it's still an odd choice.
Yeah, I think it's a little... We do spend one small player, they go for... They'll have a ton of speed, and those really benefit for the long speed. I think it's got ball well.
Yep.
Really quickly.
No, absolutely.
Is under attack.
It's absolutely the point there. I agree, because if you're thinking like, okay, the mana regen's kind of nice, like you've already covered your regen with the bottle. So, talking about even just the stats from the Wraith Band giving you a bit more intel to have a bigger mana pool. Again, you've got the bottle for that mana regen to guarantee that you can get off an extra stun here or there.
Trouble.
Okay, he goes down. TP in from Yao secures it, and ideally you want to start transitioning into getting some towers here, but still full HP at bottom lane. Rabbit got level 6 off of that, so Haunt now available for some of this action that's happening around the map. See what the plan's going to be. Yeah. Again, it's every single time Sven is there. He's now going back to pops the ultimate. Lanham. Okay, he's just going to use this to farm this jungle stack. Hence, he's going to power farm a little bit while he can. I think he may not have it for a fight to follow, because Rabbit will be looking to fight. He's got Urn with Haunt, so to imagine that CDEC are kind of plotting their next aggressive move to incorporate this Spectre.
Yeah. like AC up a little bit around do it. There's no pressure in the jungle, but he could.
Yep.
So.
I don't want to say entirely poor SSS. I feel like a lot of it has been his own doing. It's like poor SSIce is like if you're like a solo support against like a global lineup and they just keep targeting you with like a Zeus, Prophet, Spectre ultimate, but no, he's just like running into like aggressive positions. Like that one may be a little more excusable. He's camping around the mid lane, doesn't think. But yeah, I don't know.
All of his work he's put behind the boards in the tap. There's a window by bottom lane and kind of and he and all kills on super once has worked out for high up and Death Prophet's.
I mean, he's taking what he used to do in the offlane role, create space to the support role, and it's all about getting. If anything, like you look at how the Sven's playing, like yeah, he's still going this kind of carry build in terms of his skills, but his movement, being as active and aggressive as he is much more kind of like he's the one trying to. They're trying to set this lone druid up for success as far as the Midas Radiance timing goes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
My core is gone, so I like to think that.
Yeah.
Living blink.
That's possible. Yeah, they smoke down here. Sven has a stun, needs the vision for it, but Rabbit's managed to get himself over the trees here. Now it becomes a question of whether or not CDEC can kind of turn this one around, or if they're interested in doing so. Death Prophet doesn't actually have a TP at Courier coming out. Exactly, yeah, that's got one for Super. So once Super's TP, if Super has a TP, then they can start considering trying to take the fight back to EHOME in bottom lane. Yeah, kind of like you mentioned, it's weird to see this level 1 stun with the roaming Sven, but the stun really does scale very poorly. It's just purely damage, and even the damage increase is only so-so. Lane, Super, being initiated on by the Invoke, but there's a Spec Lord coming out in return. They want Old Chicken, and with the RTPing as well, the Finger of Death, they guarantee the kill. Get Rabbit his first turn charges, and it doesn't look like Random can do much to turn this one around. Doesn't get inside the Snowball. iceiceice went in aggressively, but they want to chase uphill. Super. Oh, they've got him. The Winter's Curse is the death stream enough. The Splinter Blast well timed, but Rabbit survives on a sliver of HP. Almost magic to make things swing a bit more in EHOME's favor there, but it's CDEC who get the Invokers, don't take any losses. Have to be feeling pretty good about this exchange in mid lane. Super, even with the X's himself, is working away at this tier 1 mid tower.
Fight a little away from the
yeah, I thought for a second I saw Lion's sidestep. I'm like, did he just actually like by like RNG/luck dodge that Sunstrike? But it looked like he was just repositioning his hero and almost dodged the Sunstrike. To me, unintentionally. Who knows? Maybe he was thinking about it.
So, set figure back a little bit.
Yeah. I think it's the classic, like, he's just buying 0 support items. I don't know if he went boots level 1, but like, if you just go boots, like, if your starting items is boots and your fellow supports buys the courier, the wards and all that, and then you never have to buy wards, like, you get a 12-13 minute blink dagger just by not dying.
That's like for either. He's
no, he's got a bit more CS. I don't know if he's been pulling. But yeah, he's doing alright.
Scores as well. Well, they both both of them might be nice.
Yeah,
a little bit of a bonus as well of this time.
And speaking of farm, Wyvern's just been, and with the Sven roaming, Wyvern's had 30 CS in this top lane. On top of that, Tusk had some time alone at top lane, 14 CS on iceiceice. I think he just dewarded there, that got him. Apparently you get CS for dewarding, that's pretty nifty.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Blading his farm. Oh, speaking of iceiceice, in this one before. Spectre Haunted doesn't even, iceiceice dies too fast, he threw it to get involved, but now he's going to find a new target in the form of Old Chicken's Invoker, but don't think the catch is there. Yao gets him, but there's still a Tango available. Old Chicken manages to escape. And strike. Oh, actually completely misses there. Q just using the false promise on himself, stopped kind of repeating and did not walk into where he thought the Sunstrike, or to where Invoker thought it was going to be for the Sunstrike. We've seen a lot of missed Sunstrikes in these two games, I gotta say. Like Prison Invoker in game 1, it wasn't all that impressive. Not to say it was bad. It was like just like a solid, consistent Invoker. Didn't make any big plays, and so far, Old Chicken a lot of the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the play against it, the more King has like pretty well at it.
Oh, there's the setup. He'll hit this one, but they're not going to go in for the kill. But yeah, it's those Sunstrikes which you need to land. Like, okay, we initiate, but you've got Cold Snap on the hero and they're on the retreat. Like, yeah, it's on 100%. Yeah. Like, they can dodge it, but you still need to at least hit those Sunstrikes like 50% of the time. We've just seen like 80-90% of them miss. Both game 1, game 2. Here's Sunstrike now looking for the Oracle. This is like the zoning Sunstrike almost. As Q will heal himself back up, looking just to secure this tier 1 mid tower. Old Chicken, Midas Drums, pretty standard stuff early on, and it looks like this tier 1 bottom tower not going to get down in deny range. I think EHOME make the decision just to back off a little bit, not wanting to fully commit to it, and also not wanting to see it get denied. Instead, Invoker TPs towards top lane.
And like CDEC just this whole lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's the Sven. It's been such like a decoy distraction. Spectre Horn coming out. Where is Spectre going to go? It's going to be towards the top room, looking for Old 11 super. His Savage Roar there. That was too far away for the TP cancel. So nice response from Old 11. You kind of mentioned maybe they've been ignoring him too much. It seems they finally took an approach to take the fight to him, but TP's out of there, so wasted time as they don't get the kill.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The one.
Radiant's bottom
This
tower
game
has
to
fallen.
go harm.
Yep. I mean, at this point, they're just getting away with having 3 kind of greedy farming cores. They've got 2 Midases, they've got a Helm of the Dominant, Ancient stacking Sven, and they're getting away with it. They're behind a couple kills, but the kills do not tell the story really at all here. They're all ice kills where he's just creating space.
Yeah.
I mean, I say creating space, some of them he's just actually just feeding and there's no space creation, but they're all insignificant kills for the most part.
Yeah.
At least majority. This one a bit more significant, Boca. But yeah, you were saying, so 4K network advantage for EHOME.
Top 3 so yeah, they're getting away with it.
Yeah.
Dire structures are
Yeah, Old Chicken's been a couple of these deaths, and even the one death on the lone throw was very much early on in the laning stage. So, like, since getting his Midas and starting to build towards the Relic, there's been no deaths that have slowed down his Radiance timing. Tilly. We'll have the Relic in just a second now, so as long as he doesn't get picked off in the next couple of seconds. And Fenrir going down. I mean, CDC starting to get a few pickoffs here or there. Like, I still just feel like they're not getting enough, and possibly things could start looking really bad if Rabbit gets caught out. He doesn't have a dagger, he can't go over the trees here. The Sunstrike not going to land there as Q comes in with the false promise. Is the damage going to be enough? Might be a little bit closer. I believe Q's got enough kills off on the Rabbit. Yeah, he's actually going to heal back up, and Q become the new target. All 11 ends up going down. Great retaliation coming in bottom. They kill off the lone Druid, and okay, he did buy the Relic, so he doesn't actually lose money there, I believe, and EHOME just getting a bit over eager there at bottom. The Oracle really coming into play.
I made the win, which is the reason that he used to really
Suddenly Death Prophet, most farm. Death Prophet got the kill at top bottom. Got the tower, so suddenly Death Prophet's actually more farm than all the EHOME cores, and he's going to start tinking up with a build in towards the Octarine core. I was like probably like close to 1,000, like 1,500 gold swing going Super's way alone, so pretty nice for him.
Yeah, he was push tower.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep.
The thing.
Okay, that was That was like a 3-4k gold swing in the last couple of minutes. It's almost back to even, actually. Everything was going fine for EHOME. All they had to do was just not... And they just got over-aggressive. Like, they've got these 3 greedy cores. You've gone for a double Midas. You've got a Sven, Helm of the Dominant Ancient stacking. They don't need to go... Yes, Spectre's like a big scary late game threat who ganking is kind of like preferred, but I don't think Spectre is going to be a problem for them if they continue to farm. And not continuing to farm and having a gank like that backfire is ultimately going to really punish them. Or possibly they contest the Ancients here. Q gets Lynx's first up. That's going to do a whole lot here. It's Spectre going in the bottom lane, all the 11 being found, and Jura taking that in a row as he's trying to work on the Radiant. Q's come in towards the Ancients, and there's no way he's surviving this false promise. Yeah, he blows up, but does possibly prevent Sven from taking the Ancient stacks for now. Not sure what Lone Drill was doing as far down as he was, but just perhaps not respecting the global presence of the Spectre and nature's prophet.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Establish farm. Go. Jungle. They misread. Yep. In them. It's running. And scattering up and all of us.
Yeah. That's what I was watching. I'm watching this. I'm like, wait, why did Spectre pawn? Like, there's no way he's fighting these 4 heroes. So like, I double click the Spectre. I'm like, oh, he's killing a Lone Druid bottom. Because I'm like watching Q run into these 4 heroes, and then like I'm like, okay, Q's probably dead. EHOME's going to kill him easily. Oh wait, hold on. It all made sense in the end. So something you mentioned, Lanham will pick up Blink Dagger, not going into the SMY. He comes top to take a tier 1 tower. Glyph will be thrown out, but not going to prevent this tower going down. Just a free glyph that's going to be reset. Bottom lane. Spectre actually denied the mid tower. Let's say that's 2 towers going the way of EHOME very quickly. The Lone Druid Bear helping bring down the mid one. Bottom lane, it looks like there's maybe some thoughts towards a chase from EHOME, but they're not going to manage to catch anyone out.
See, our get. I guess he's going point.
Yeah.
2k pulled up.
Rabbit. I've seen this one backfire before, but finally they're gonna succeed in getting this kill. The Nature's Prophet TP in comes, but I don't think they actually bring down Lanham now. He's gonna walk right back away, so that gank finally works. I think they failed it a few times, but this time around they managed to get the kill quickly and get out.
Go there. And for me.
Do you feel like CDC's timing with the Spectre Radiance that much scarier than like the Bear's Radiance timing though? I don't think he's going to survive this false promise. It's going to be close perhaps to Fenrir. He's got another Swing Blast, but yeah, she's just going down. He does survive the false promise, but then gets immediately sniped afterwards. Spectre's got a Haunt. He's respawning a couple of seconds. The question is, did EDC have enough here? Haunt comes out, possibly towards the mid lane, I believe. They're going to finish off the outbottom. He TP's out. Meanwhile, mid 11 does go down. That was the Lion teaming up with the Spectre. So again, Lone Druid brought down, but he bought the Radiance at least. Glimmer Cape also online for Fenrir's Winter Wyvern. So, I mean, as far as the Radiance timing go back to that question, like, is Lone Druid's Radiance timing not at least comparable to Spectre's, or do you think Spectre's is going to be a much bigger, like, boost to CDC?
I think Mark much longer CDC become it's a little bit of survivability for the profit and what.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
More EHOME is built to how these fight play out because I think he's about to really bring on aggression. If the Spectre dying, that can be really painful. But definitely take it to like 150 gold.
I think one of the tough things with Spectre this game, even like when you have that Radiance timing, often the plan is groupers fall, Spectre farms and pushes out a lane. But against this lineup, it's very risky to do so. We've seen EHOME. Their plan has often been, Spectre's farming, let's gank him, because if we fight the other heroes, it's going to be like, maybe we have like a slightly advantageous fight, then Spectre haunts in and we lose a fight. That's like the worst case scenario. So the safest play has been for EHOME to keep trying to go for that Spectre. And even when Radiance is online, they can continue to do that. Sven plus Invoker, they'll kill the Spectre. We saw it at top lane, they can do that again even when Radiance is up. So to me, Rabbit is not going to find himself suddenly in an easier game when he gets that Radiance.
It's gonna kill until we can take a little bit of it should. But it's also pushing up. But I have to see. EHOME got that up on the back, pushing a lane. They deal with this.
Korean expired right before they came in too, so it'll be a free Roshan at least for now. I don't see, no one's in the vicinity. This is going to be pretty straightforward.
Got it.
Let's see if it picks up. It looks like Landon dropping the Quelling Blade's going to be the one to snag it. I think the craziest thing I saw the other day when I G'd to Roshan was they gave the Aegis to a lone druid who had Aghanim Scepter, and all his items on his bear. It's like, what? It's it's already it's okay on lone druid, typically, but when you have an Ag Scepter on the lone druid, you give him the Aegis. I was just like, I could not find a single way to justify it. I was like, okay, he's split pushing with his Spirit Bear and needs to run in his hero to Savage Roar to stop, it's kind of like a base race scenario, so I was like, alright, maybe he walks in with his hero to Savage Roar, but not really. There was nothing going for the Bear to take an Aegis. It was better on their 5 positions, so I'm pretty sure.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's just a little I'm gonna blink one Sunstrike, and that's what I feel right away. I'm probably gonna die as a result of that can be
Spirit's siphoning the Sprout onto the bear. He does Quelling Blade out, but it looks like he wants to take the counter if they go in on Super. Super does a buyback, but if he dies, he's already topped the X2, so won't have a second life. Haunt goes on the back lines. Will they drop the Death Prop? The Yules will not prevent the damage from the False Promise. It's a heal from the False Promise against Raw back up, and Skazillan fighting shape has repelled EHOME. They've taken up Wyvern towards the Tusk now. And Sven respawning needs a fast blink piece to escape. He doesn't get it off the media, but there's the blast though. Rabbit gets low, gets kept alive by the Fate's Edict. Now Super gets brought down. Death Prophet does end up going down, and with the Yules set up a 3-hole 11, may just put the bear onto guard and him off. Old Chicken needs to find a way to get himself out of there. Jesus, the Purifying Flame's doing a lot of damage. Line him on the front line, trying to fight his way through Rabbit. This is not really doing enough. It's the Oracle, the hero of this fight. How much damage does Q do there? Just Purifying Flame up to Purifying Flame. Sets up CDEC. Spectre 4k damage, Oracle. I feel like he did more than 1500 damage. He did more than 1500 damage worth there, as far as the overall fight.
He do a little very play. They're perfect. Had a huge.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
Amazing. I think it's fading in this down by the medium ready, and then
yes.
That was
really... he's only level 3, but yeah, the cooldown on that becomes 7 seconds when it's maxed out. 10 seconds for the time being. The downtime on this spell very low once maxed out. We'll see him probably max it out when he gets that next skill point at level 12.
Yeah.
What went so horribly wrong, do you feel, there, as far as EHOME? Pushing the high ground with Aegis, where did things kind of backfire?
They just thought that they had more damage to the death that they ended up having. I think Land did false damage, and a false up to the gods chasing. He was really hoping super back potentially get then they get very value out of the defense. even worse. Turn
Yes. Yeah.
Never die doing too much when focused on by the spec pop. So that's probably the big by having a arm and
Yeah, and that was with a Glimmer Cape as well, so I'm not sure how that kind of came into play there, but as things stand, yeah, it's a good turnaround for CDEC. They don't really change too much as far as the net worth difference between the two teams, but do find themselves holding on. Thing where, I mean, the Spectre Radiance, what it offers, like as far as compared to the Lone Druid aside, like Spectre really needs to just get that item or two to tank up. Like I feel like Spectre's next item with like the Manta plus Radiance is a lot scarier than the Lone Druid with like, well, I guess Vlad's a lot cheaper. Maybe you compare it more to the AC, which is a big item, but I mean, the Death Prophet Spectre are just going to scale very well going into the late game here.
The Death still has a really big spike. Yeah, back. The Aqua going to be as well. Definitely is plenty of profit. And I CDC more and more as the game goes. Not necessarily just the strength of their become. We haven't seen craziness in the Nature's Prophet as more and more. Maybe they tower down, all of a sudden he can be into the land spot, and all that the attack.
Yes.
This problem thing gone.
I mean, they've got a long way to wait for the next Roshan. They actually had almost 3 minutes. They probably had about 3 minutes left on the Aegis when they went for that high ground push. Do you not feel like they kind of rushed going for the high ground there? Like, even just like we're talking about them having a net worth lead and all that, but they don't, like, it's all in saved up gold. Sven's sitting on over 3k gold, and Voka's sitting on 2.4k. Lone Druid has enough for a Vlad's, is sitting on 2k gold. So with the time they had left on the Aegis, I almost feel like they should have picked up like that next item or two and then gone like towards the end of the Aegis window.
I think definitely hard. I think that the word about the scene I've talked a lot.
Yeah.
You got a hold from to a tier 3. Worried that they skip back, get this. They really bring a lot of words. Look at the control at the moment. Actually, very focused on making sure that a whole lot over on the ready side. So it's going. They've got about 9. They're out, then it's getting, and then they're gonna lose all immediately. So it's a little. They went so right that you probably they just waited. Your spring side, they didn't necessarily have to stop.
I'm sure there's some element, it's like you say, where they're worried about the split push and they saw the lanes in a good position. Like, as they're going towards the high ground with the bear, they're like, oh, top lane's not at our base, we don't have to worry about keeping back to defend against the Spectre or Nature's Pro. Like, Spectre, I think, was on the tier 2 tower, maybe actually taken the tier 2 tower during that push, but it was ultimately a position where EHOME could. I mean, they got the tier 3 tower almost. It wasn't until the tier 3 tower was about to die that CDEC initiated in. We'll see what the next move's going to be. Octarine Core about to be complete on Super. They get the Mjolnir on Nature's Prophet. I think I've mentioned is there's a lot of racked up money on the EHOME side. So they buy a Crystallis for Sven. Lone Druid completes his Vladimir's. And Voka picks up a point booster. So we will see that Aghanim Scepter, I imagine, coming up for Old Chicken.
Yeah, all that. He was hoping that he pick up on the
Even the Spectre, I feel Yules is a pretty good for like comboing when you have enough damage. You may need that one teammate to go with you, but Spectre doesn't really have a good way away from the Yules combo.
He could have been got the easy to be playing well. Hype in the tree. He's got back. off that. It's well worth it.
He might do so soon. They haven't seen the Invoker yet, but they will see that meteor get dropped, so they know he's there, yeah. Does the Spectre on, yep, he mops on. He's in the trees here, immediate Ghost Walk, hold chicken. He's getting slowed down, so they can actually track him now. The TP in with the Dust. They want to go on him, he builds himself up, but there's no additional Ghost Walk. It's like, oh, heals off the Dust. Or one, there's another Dust too, you don't have Ghost Walk again. In the bottom lane, I don't imagine they expect to be able to find themselves in position to go high ground here, but they're going to at least force CDEC back to defend.
Actually, they're going to be... got the black now, punches, and the stand chance.
Yeah.
Over factor with the
I think Pipe very underrated just against Spectre in general. Like it really, like if you're grouped up as 5 for a push, it really does negate a lot of the Spectre damage output.
Yeah, got to as well with they changed the story so the damage is the same as the incoming damage. That's one of the reasons why spin a lot of damage raw accurate. Try for yourself that to do as I think this debate the of radiance mid but some Spectre.
EHOME have smoked themselves past some treants here. They see the Spectre, they preemptively Warcry, ready to blink in his Lanham. Is there going to be counter-rotation? Blink X is there with the Sunstrike as well. Nice Winter's Coach should be able to pick out Gerard enough. The False Promise goes on to him. Rabbit. He's on full retreat here. Fingers crossed. Actually pick out iceiceice on the Tusk Lanham now. Needs to deal with this Death Prophet who has popped the X and lost his time. Spirit Sight, there's no False Promise available, and Super goes down as a result. Q may be regretting using that False Promise on the line at this point, and he's going to get caught by the very end of the tornado to the tip. As Yao goes down on the Nature's Prophet, they see Q in the trees trying to TP out. They'll burst him down as well. That's a gem loss. As CDEC going to be forced to use multiple buybacks. They've got no exorcism here. Don't buy back on Death Prophet. This actually may have just broken the game wide open as EHOME should be able to get the lane of Raxia.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's barracks are fortified.
Yep. One comes out. Lanham not being the target to start things off. Rabbit, he's bouncing around a little bit, sees all 11. Pops the Manta. Garda going to die on the high ground. That means no line. That's the majority of the lockdown and control on the side of CDEC. And they've got 2 heroes fighting into 5 here. Rabbit may actually just go down here. He's got no buyback with the Manta purchase. One more Svensson comes out. Bear just needs a couple right clicks to land the Radiant's Evasion. Not going to save his life as old 11 gets helped out of the Sprout. See, Rax claimed here. Good news is for CDEC that they can only lose 1 lane of Rax right now because of the tier 2 tower still standing. EHOME will be forced back to push some of these other lanes.
Just so good. It's just,
Yeah.
It isn't quite hit, but it was 3 heroes with no creep and hard to done this. Both.
And it really feels like even just like pick that small upgrade to the Vlad's, also the pipe, like having just a few kind of small items was all they needed, and it really kind of goes back to that last push where they lost a big fight and they'd maybe bought 1 or 2 more of those items. Things probably would have gone a little bit better. It also helps, I mean, that they just had a better initiation. Like the Oracle uses False Promise on the line to try and send him, and then Death Prophet goes in. There is no False Promise. I mean, that probably is the biggest change as far as how well that fight went. Prophet Yao caught out the top lane by the Tusk Invoker, and CDEC now pressure's on once again.
And get this game and getting for the really work out. I don't know. Yeah, we could have completed on top.
Yeah.
As we were talking about first is up and Nice
Yeah, this-
for EHOME dead in there right now.
And this is a kind of scary thought. I mean, CDC not in a position to contest this, but defending again their high ground now with this next level of items coming up. And I think this is AC soon for Sven, or is he going down here? He completed the Daedalus, so he picked up a casual Hyperstone, then upgraded his Crystallis to Daedalus. So just wanting the extra attack speed for now. We'll see if he gets the AC or the Lone Druid Bear decides to get it. Could always be a Moonshard for Lynam on the Sven as well.
Yeah, definitely. Also, what did I grab as well? Maybe let's go
They've already got a lot of armor. Like, yeah, may as well get more. It's attack speed as well as armor. There's nothing wrong with AC. But it's not like they're squishy by any means and desperately need the AC. So let's get the tier 2 top. Now they're going to swing top to go for another tier 2. I always find it's easier, like, when you've taken, like, a bottom lane of Rex to push top, just because it's further away from that bottom lane, so you know the enemy's going to have some heroes towards the bottom dealing with the Mega Creeps pushing in. Pushing mid after you've taken bottom is always just that little bit harder.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And it gives you a high.
They blinked in, CDC want to take the fight here. Oh, chicken, the target, he's got no wages. Lynam going to look to try and turn things around, but he's been sprouted up. I've seen this one before. Something Arteezy can perhaps sympathize with. Lynam is getting kited around 3. His God Strength, the Winter's Curse comes out, Tusk taking only a little smidgen of damage. The Stormbolt to follow it up, there's going to see an Ice Shard trying to block off the retreat. Another Sprout blocking off. Lynam has rolled a 4-11 in the side, and that leaves iceiceice alone, but even so, CDEC starting to fall. It's just the supports and the Nature's Prophet so far. Super as well as Rabbit both still very healthy, and Super about to heal up, which is good, but it's also bad because it means the Exorcism is over, and without the Exorcism, I'm not sure if CDC can take this one. Rabbit on the front lines. Oh, he's going to get some help here. This Spirit Siphon, apparently all you need. You don't need Exorcism. Just need a bit of OS Frog, and old Lynam will be forced back. No high ground to be taken right now. Sven still in okay fighting shape. Old 11 still with an Aegis as well, and they just got a good jump there on the Invoker. That really kind of kept CDEC alive.
A good way to hold on to their high ground for the farm. The the Spectre. That's really looking for at the moment. But item do continue to roll in for EHOME. That AC now complete.
We're kind of seeing some of the side effects of like Tusk having a bad game. If he has something like a Blink Dagger there, he can potentially look to save. I guess they use Spectre Haunt to be getting cancelled, but if he's in position to save the Invoker with a Snowball, that like goes a whole lot better. So. On the side of EHOME, it's this old chicken Invoker is often getting kind of preyed upon by CDC.
Yeah, I think kind of the Invoker just dubbed down.
Yes, I definitely agree. I guess if he does that though, then the focus becomes Lone Druid, like the hero. So kind of this trade-off you've got to find. They're not done pushing, they're going to go once again. Death Prophet's ultimate has come off cooldown. The Bear on the high ground, taking a lot of damage, and caught inside the Sprout will pop the pipe, but down on Old 11. Doesn't have a resummon for 20 seconds, so they make... well, even without the Spirit Bear, just leaving your base and fighting into this Sven more than anything is something CDC don't seem interested in. Problem is now Exorcism will go down, and there will be another Spirit Bear resummon 8 seconds from now, so there'll be one Spirit Bear on the high ground to push with. But I think more importantly, the Sven will push, because that Spirit Bear, we can see time and time again, gets brought down very easily by the Sprout, the Spirit Siphon, and everything else that goes with it. Consider. You see? Well, they did see the Spectre down there. The smoke going to pop. They just come out. It doesn't look like they're going to really get full value out of the smoke, but they are wanting to go for another push. So Laxmi on the Bear. Getting stunned up, and there's the Winter's Curse. Super on the receiving end. In comes Old Lynam, and he throws out the stun. Perhaps a tiny fraction too early, but I don't think it matters. They've got a great initiation. Spectre's there without buyback. Super as well on the front line. He does have buyback, but he's entirely relying on the Spirit side to stay alive. He goes down. Likely be forced to buy back, but I don't think even with the buyback that CDC can turn this one around. They may have just been defeated here. EHOME looking to cinch their playoff spot here in the H Cup. Going for one last lane of Rax and CDEC just out of firepower. They GG out. Oh yeah. It was going to be tough regardless, just without the exorcism. The fact they used it and then EHOME disengaged was... I think it was less about the Spirit Bear breaking the base at that point. It was just going to be like Sven alone could just blink high ground, BKB, and break the base. Like, I don't think there was really a way for CDC to take a good fight without exorcism.
And there was